This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
It's too hurtful. I can't watch my son get gunned down. It's just hurtful. Just seeing that, it just took me somewhere else.
The family of Dreasjon Reed reacting to the deadly shooting of their son at the hands of an IMPD officer. What we're learning about the events leading up to the violent encounter.
I recognize and saddened that this mutual trust we so value has been eroded over the last 24 hours.
Tonight, IMPD is responding not only to the shooting death of Dreasjon Reed, but two other incidents involving IMPD officers that led to death. Now, welcome into the News at 6. I'm Amanda Starantino at the WRTV studio.
And I'm Mark Mullins, broadcasting from my home studio tonight.
And first at 6, digging deeper into 3 deadly incidents, all involving IMPD officers over a matter of hours. Metro Police shot and killed 2 men in separate cases, and another officer hit and killed a pregnant woman. We are trying to figure out why all of this happened.
We begin the case that's been getting national attention tonight. An IMPD officer shot and killed 21-year-old Dreasjon Reed near West 62nd Street and Michigan Road on the northwest side of Indianapolis Wednesday evening. This all happened after Reed allegedly led IMPD's top leadership on a chase.
And Metro Police say IMPD Deputy Chief Kendall Adams was on Interstate 65 near West 30th Street at about 6 o'clock last night when they say he saw a Toyota Corolla driving recklessly. Right behind Adams in another car was IMPD Chief Randall Taylor. As Adams called for additional help and began a pursuit, officers tell us the Toyota with Reed behind the wheel got off the interstate. They say he later headed up Michigan Road. Police say Reed was speeding and running stoplights. IMPD says officers later called off the pursuit. 6 minutes later, Metro Police say another officer saw the Toyota pull into the back of a business at 62nd Street and Michigan Road. Officers tell us Reed jumped out of the car and they ordered him to stop. Instead, they say Reed ran with an officer right behind. Police say the officer used his taser, at which time there was an exchange of gunfire between the suspect and the officer. Investigators say Reed was killed. The officer was not hurt.
Dreasjon Reed live streamed a portion of this incident on Facebook. This is a still image from that live stream, but RTV6 has made the editorial decision to not broadcast the video as of now. We've made that decision because we're still lacking vital information about all the events as they happened. As we learn more here, we will continue to reevaluate whether or not we'll show the footage. Our primary focus is that we have all the facts and information and are fair to everyone involved.
And we are learning more about Dreasjon Reed. We have confirmed with the United States Air Force that he served as an airman first class for 9 months at Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. They say Reed did not serve a full recruitment contract with the Air Force, and that means something led to his separation. But the Air Force cannot tell RTV6 why Reed was released because it falls under the Privacy Act.
Tonight, the family of Dreasjon Reed wants justice for their son. Our Stephanie Wade speaks with them as they react to watching it all play out on Facebook. And she has IMPD's response tonight.
Quite a large crowd gathered here outside the city county building in downtown Indianapolis. No justice, no peace are some of the phrases that protesters are chanting after a man was killed by IMPD following a police chase last night.
But at the end of the day, we gotta have resolutions. We don't need to turn on each other.
My little brother became a statistic. He wasn't trying to be that. He's a statistic now.
The family of Dreasjon Reed are devastated over what they saw on Facebook Live Wednesday evening. Reed live streamed the entire incident and the final moments leading up to his death. What began as a police pursuit around 6 p.m., officers say the suspect was seen driving recklessly on I-65 near 30th Street. IMPD Police Chief Randall Taylor was actually one of the officers who first spotted the driver. Another officer from the Northwest District then saw the car once he got off the interstate and pursued the suspect for some time before Reed pulled over at 62nd and Michigan and began running. In the video, you hear a buzzing sound like a taser. IMPD says the officer did use one, followed by several gunshots. Then the man falls to the ground.
That was his only boy.
when you watched the video, what did it make you feel?
I mean, I was crushed. It just gives me the whole nother disrespect for the police. That's just all it did. It just shows me that, we're not really being protected and served. We're being hunted.
IMPD tells RTV6 shots were fired from both the suspect and the black male police officer. Chief Taylor saying he's heartbroken over the life lost tonight. In a virtual press conference, we asked the chief point blank, was the police officer justified in shooting the suspect and why? And could this have been avoided?
At this point, I have no reason to think that the officer didn't act appropriately, but I'm willing to wait and see how that investigation plays out.
Till we get out of this era of the police killing black people, it's just what it is.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
The shooting is being fully investigated, we're told. Chief Taylor promised to be fair and transparent.
I did remember telling him just stop. I wanted him to focus on stopping.
And one of Dreasjon Reed's friends recalls watching that Facebook Live video as everything was happening. He was just one of many out at a second protest today, this one happening near the scene of the shooting on the city's northwest side. Megan Sanctorum was there and has their message.
You can see dozens of people behind me here have blocked the intersection of 62nd and Michigan. This is the area where that shooting happened yesterday. They have signs and they are calling for answers.
Justice for Dre! Justice for Dre! Justice for Dre!
Standing just a few hundred feet away from where that shooting happened, dozens are hitting the streets with messages like this.
The deadly force that they use, I just think that was not acceptable. And whether, he had a gun or not.
Sean Smith says he was good friends with Dreasjon Reed. He tells us he's not sure why Reed ran from police, but he thinks officers should have handled the situation differently.
If an officer spotted him, they should have used, other techniques such as commands. Put your hands up, on the ground, those sort of things. There were more officers that was in their pursuit and out here. And I feel like that there was more manpower to subdue him and bring him to justice.
Others in the crowd say they never met Reed, but feel for his family.
I'm infuriated by this because I feel like this happened to my son or my brother. You know what I mean? So I'm so steamed. I couldn't sleep last night. I have the right to be a dumb kid and make a stupid decision without dying.
IMPD telling a different story. They say there was an exchange of gunfire between Reed and officers. The chief with this message for protesters.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand concerns. I would hope that you allow us to run the investigation. Understand that everything that you may see on social media or everything you may hear on social media may not be accurate.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And tonight, our Cameron Riddle is live near Michigan Road on the northwest side where the vigil is happening after the shooting death of Dreasjon Reed. Cameron.
Hey, Mark, good evening. Yes, we're here at 62nd and Michigan, where, as you can see, it is still an ongoing peaceful protest that has lasted all day here at 62nd and Michigan, as well as through the streets of downtown. While this has been peaceful and there has been no violence, it has been an inconvenience and disruptive to the people who are trying to drive. But that's part of the point of this protest, is to disrupt what has been going on and what continues to happen. Right now, as we mark the 24-hour mark since the shooting at this very intersection yesterday, you can see there are hundreds of people who are either in their cars, on top of their roofs, or continuing to come down Michigan to join this protest. Also, there are people who are in their cars with their fists up in solidarity. There are people who are bringing lunches and pizza and snacks and drinks, as the people here say they plan to continue to protest at least through the rest of this night or until something is done. We'll continue to stay out here as this protest moves into the 24-hour mark since last night when Dreasjon was shot and killed by IMPD at this very corner. We're live tonight on the northwest side. I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Plenty of people there tonight, Cameron. Thank you. Another man killed after exchanging gunfire with IMPD officers may have been planning a police ambush. That's according to Chief Randall Taylor. This police-involved shooting happened around 1:30 this morning on the 2200 block of Wood Glen Drive. That's near Township Line Road and 86th Street. Metro Police say as officers went up to the apartment, a man immediately began shooting at them with a rifle. Investigators tell us all 4 of the officers returned fire, striking the suspect. The man has been identified as 19-year-old Mikhail Rose. He was pronounced dead at the scene. As this case is the case with the police shooting, the officers involved have been placed on administrative leave.
Also under investigation is a fatal crash involving an IMPD officer and a woman who was pregnant. The woman who was hit and killed has been identified as 23-year-old Ashlyn Lisby. This happened just before 9:45 last night on the southwest side near South Harding Street and the eastbound ramp of 465. Police say Officer Jonathan Henderson was traveling northbound on Harding when his car struck Lisby near the on-ramp. We are told Officer Henderson immediately started first aid until medics arrived. The woman was transported to the hospital in critical condition. She and her unborn child were later pronounced dead. Alcohol is not believed to be a factor in this crash. And we have complete coverage of all 3 deadly incidents involving IMPD officers up right now on our website at theindychannel.com and the RTV6 app. As soon as we learn new information about all of those cases, you will see it here.
Moving to another big story that we're following, COVID-19 continues to kill Hoosiers across our state. Today, the Indiana Department of Health confirms 31 new deaths related to the coronavirus. In total, it has killed 1,295 people in the state. The Department of Health also reports 650 new COVID-19 cases. 22,503 people in Indiana have been diagnosed with this virus, and 124,782 people have been tested for it, with 18% of those tests coming back positive for COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic set many families back financially. Making ends meet has become a challenge during this time of layoffs and furloughs. But one university on Indianapolis's north side wants to help families rebound. I found it is providing dozens of free rides to students who take initiative to be in the driver's seat. At Marian University,
there's a need. We're good at it. We're responding.
Administrators say they recognize the COVID-19 pandemic put already cash-strapped families into an even deeper financial hole.
Because the virus has had such an impact on families right now, we're concentrating these scholarships on graduating seniors, people right now.
The Catholic University is investing an extra $5 million with the help of donors and alumni to provide full scholarships for 50 local high school seniors with a focus on those in the 21st Century Scholars Program.
I'm studying history, sociology, and secondary education, so I'm a triple major here at Marian University.
If anyone can speak to the benefit of being a 21st Century Scholar, it's Deshelle Turner, a sophomore with drive and dedication on her way to getting 3 degrees, and her education won't cost her or her family a cent.
I don't come from a place of just money, and that's fine, and I accept that. That's not something I'm ashamed of, but I think what I'm more grateful for about this program and this opportunity is being able to say I can receive something that many people strive each and every day to get, especially as a Black student.
21st Century Scholars is a state program that provides tuition scholarships to students who enroll in 7th or 8th grade and come from lower income households. This new round of Marian University scholarships will be available to students who enroll as freshmen in the fall. Deshelle knows what it feels like for those students to have one less expense to worry about.
And so for me, it takes a lot of pressure off my family's shoulders to know I can go to school, and for the most part, my financial portion is covered because of this program.
Administrators say they're looking for students who put in the work and strive for good grades.
We like those students because with grit, determination, and hard work, we find graduates.
My family loves it, especially my dad.
A program that has already been a blessing and could be an even greater bridge gap for families impacted by ripple effects of the coronavirus pandemic. Marian University administrators say these scholarships will be awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. The scholarships cover tuition for 4 years and room and board. Be aware that there are income eligibility requirements and academic performance requirements. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, we've put a link with this story at our website, theindychannel.com/rebound.
And where's your heavy coat? You'll need it. Record temperatures expected in the near future. We'll tell you when and what happens before that coming up.
To Keller. Keller and Keller.
And welcome back. Let's methodically work our way through several big changes between now and Mother's Day. One sits just off to the west. You've noticed the clouds increase through the afternoon. The rain is still west of the Mississippi. We'll hold off on rain until the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. Rain chances will be quite high in the southern half of the state during the day tomorrow. 64, that's our temperature now. That wind still gusting over 20 miles per hour. We had some 30-mile-per-hour gusts through the afternoon hours. Temperatures from north to south, pretty consistent. Mid-60s in Marion. Hello, Clinton County. 67 in Frankfort. Southern portion of the state, not much different. Anywhere from 63 on the cool side at Greensburg to 68 as you go west into Clay County and Spencer. Tomorrow, rain chances are high, especially the first half of the day. We're dry Saturday. On Sunday, an increasing chance for rain on Mother's Day, and then we're dry again on Monday. So that's a every other day situation. Rain chances through noon tomorrow, the most pronounced in the southern half of the state, south of Indy. As you go north of Indy, rain probabilities won't be nearly that high. As you go through the afternoon hours, we'll see all this slide away from central Indiana. 8 a.m. some rain, Terre Haute, Muncie, Indianapolis, and Richmond. As this goes into mid-morning, rainfall picks up a little bit in intensity. Bloomington to Greensburg to Richmond, and then slides south and east. Between noon and 4 o'clock, you see that start to clear. We may end up with some late-day sunshine. That's reflected here. Notice what doesn't happen. Our temperature doesn't really warm up. We'll stay in the 50s at best. The wind will increase late in the day out of the northwest. It will gust over 30 miles per hour, but then calm down. It's a clear night and a relatively calm wind by Saturday morning that sets up these temperatures that threaten records back to the 1940s. Record low temperature in Indianapolis, 29, set in 1947. Currently forecast to tie that record. With sunshine, we bounce back to 55 Saturday afternoon. Plan on an increasing chance for rain on Mother's Day. Temperature will warm to 58 for the afternoon high. As you look at next week, progressively warmer. We take a step each day toward temperatures actually climbing above average once again. Next Thursday, the temperature will be back in the low 70s. Something to look forward to.
I'm looking forward to it, Kevin. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. Hey, we've shown you several pizza places that have remained open over the past few weeks, and many of them have remained very busy.
And one restaurant on Indy's north side has pizza hot off the grill, and they're spreading some of their dough to people who need it most. Brad Brown shows us how.
Tucked under its red and white awning, nestled in Indy's Meridian Kessler neighborhood, Burns Grilled Pizza has turned this cozy little spot into a pizza paradise.
You know, I know a lot of people have had it really rough, but I'm just thankful that I've got to be a part of it, been able to contribute to some degree, both in people having jobs, being able to feed people.
The restaurant on North Illinois Street recently added its quaint Rhino Bar. Those seats will have to wait, but people have turned out for the past several weeks to get their pizza fix to go.
I guess I'm most surprised at the amount of customers that we've got right in the neighborhood here that all of a sudden adapted to calling in and just bringing the orders home. We started working on online ordering back in early March, and clearly by the second week of March, we needed to press on with that pretty quick.
Many know the Burns name from their mobile kitchen. It's a staple at local farmers markets. Now, Ken and his team are using that unit to give back to the community.
I think we ended up deciding that, you know what, we need to do something too. And I've got a number of people that I know that work at the different food banks, and bottom line is they got closed.
Customers can help out through the Get One, Donate One option on the Burns website. Those contributions of fresh meals are being distributed throughout the city.
We've since fed about 550 people. We've had people donate 20 pizzas, and we in turn donate 20 more, and we've had people that donate 1 pizza, and we donate 1 bag. But again, I think what I'm finding out of it is I don't want to stop that once we go back to regular business. We're going to keep on doing that.
If you'd like to get in on the Give One, Donate One program, you can find a link on the Burns Pizza website. It's just $20 to get started. They also have take-home pizza kits available. It includes crust, sauce, toppings. All you have to do is fire up your grill to make it happen. Ken's looking forward to having customers back on his patio very soon. And you can find the Burns Pizza mobile unit at the Broad Ripple Farmers Market on Saturdays. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
I'm Dave First with another RTV6 Senior Salute honoring the outgoing spring sport athletes. Tonight we head to Franklin Central to meet Lydia Laker, the Flash's #1 singles player the last 3 years, but as good a leader as there is. A 3.9 GPA, helps out with the Riley Dance Marathon, student council president, raising money for Special Olympics, helping Franklin Central become the first Champions Together Gold Banner School in the IHSAA. Good luck at Butler, Lydia. I'm Dave First with another RTV6 Senior Salute.
9. Bet $10 to win 100.
Again, the best chance of rain tomorrow morning from Indianapolis south. Temperature stuck in the 50s, drying out in the afternoon.
Well, thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Then stay with us for the news at 7.